Good afternoon, gentlemen. I think I'm privileged to be the only woman sitting on stage with you. All right, so we have a politician here, we have an artist, and we have, do I call you a minister?
Whatever.
A minister of God. All right, okay. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Very quickly, we are going to be discussing something that is very important at this age, at this time, at the current state of the nation, and it is innovation, innovating and thriving. Now, I'm going to go round. Okay, you all have your mics. This is a time, we're in a time where, as we say it, things look, don't let me, qualify. We know how things are going currently. However, we know again that because of all of that, there is now the syndrome of Japa, because they are thinking, youths, is there anyone here that wants to Japa? You see. So everyone wants to Japa because they believe that the current situation is not favoring them. Now, there's something my pastor always says, that if you go to the airports, you see foreigners coming into the country. They are not coming because they want to see our beautiful fields and our beautiful building, because we can't even match what they have. They are coming for something we do not know. I also know that, currently, a lot of us, we have a lot. But how is it that to cut away that japa, to cut away that mentality of things cannot work for me? Is there any way, maybe using your fields as a pedestal to explain this, that you can thrive at such time? How do you, in the first place, understand that, look, there's a possibility of even thriving or innovating first before you thrive? So how do we go? Emmanuel, by the way, is the youngest of the panelists here. Please put your hands together for him. Maybe I should start with Emmanuel.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Almighty God for the gift of life to be here. And then, secondly, I want to thank my papa. Of course, I can't sit down doing that. Thank you so much for believing so much in me. Thank you so much, Mama, for believing so much in me. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so, so much.
All right. So.
Okay, regarding the question, if there's any solution to the problem of jack buying in quotes. One thing I would say is that
sorry to cut you. It's not only, I'm not saying only about Japa. I'm just saying that Japa has been one of the,
Definitely.
It seems like one of the answers to these many questions.
Definitely.
How do you advise, or where, maybe you should tell us what it is that you're doing currently so that they understand from that angle.
Okay, first of all, I'm a creative artist, and I started professionally around 2016. And I've been into, of course, with the date I gave, close to a decade. I've been practicing art professionally close to a decade now. And to the glory of God, I have my artworks in notable places, including Twitter headquarters, the one we all know as X presently, and other notable places, and even in private collections. So everything.
So you're an artist?
Yeah, definitely. I'm an artist. So definitely, everything will start like that, just like that, all of a sudden. The thing is that anything at all I want to become in life, there's a blueprint for it already. And most of it, Mr. Eric Abasa actually made mention of most of the things like you need to actually discover this. And if you take a look at the book of Ecclesiastes, I'm also I'm a believer, definitely, so I'll be making references to the Bible. If you look at the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 9, you get to notice that sincerely, there's actually nothing new. There's nothing new. Anything at all you want to achieve in life, it is in the Bible already. What you just have to do, it is your responsibility to go into it and search for the blueprint for your own life. Because whether I like it or not, God created each and every one of us to fulfill a particular purpose here on earth. If we are not needed, God won't create us. So it is very important for you to discover that purpose. And once you discover that purpose, I can assure you that things, although things might not look easy all through, like from the beginning, but with time, you will begin to see that you actually have that strength to actually thrive amidst any form of scarcity also. So I just wanted to understand first, which will be the introduction, that anything at all you want to do, make sure that you're in line with purpose. And your purpose resides in your gift, in your talent, in your calling. That is where God will actually make you, like, I don't want to use the word blow, like it's going to make you shine, because you are the light of the world, a city set upon a hill that can never be hidden. So that is actually where you are called to be, and you are supposed to discover it, and that is where you actually thrive.
So if I get you correctly, you're saying that for you to be able to innovate, let alone thrive, you have to understand your purpose and let
purpose
God
as an
use you
individual.
in that
Exactly.
area so that you can thrive.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Doctor, you want to go, please?
Yeah, my name is Sunday Adeosun, as I was introduced. I live currently in the United States of America. I live in New York. I was like some of you who wanted to japa, because at a particular time I gave up on this country. But I realized that when I got to the US too, I feel like japaing again.
Japada.
Japada. Okay, thank you. And that happens because if you don't understand the system, you run into a lot of trouble. So it became a system. For example, when I'm speaking English, they don't hear me. So they keep saying, what? What? And I'm like, I'm speaking English. What's wrong with these people? And they said, oh boy, you got a thick accent. I'm like, what is a thick accent? There's British English, there's American English, then my real African English is going to come. English is no longer homogeneous. What are you talking about? And I wanted to come back, but I realized that the problem is that I don't understand the system and I need to learn. So if you can't see certain things, I will not minimize your feeling in the sense that when the sower went out to sow, the problem was not with the seed in the Bible. The problem was with the environment. And I'm going to tell you, we have a problem in this country. So that is the reason why you have to sow more to reap a little sometimes. But you have to understand, like my brother said here, seek your purpose, be genuine, change your mindset. A mind, once your mind is formed, it's difficult to change it. And because of the mindset, because I don't want to talk too much to the topic for now, because I know there's going to be a lot of stuff. Once your mind is set, you cannot see certain things. You see, Moses sent 12 spies to go and check the promised land. And 2 people came with a different story. And the Bible said they have a different spirit. For you to see how to thrive in this community, in this society, you need to have a different spirit. You need to think differently. And if you do that, even if you japa, you will make it over there. If you japada, you will still make it over here. There's room for you. It has to do with the mindset.
With the mindset. So, going over what you said, it's important. The key thing with what you have said is the mindset. Now, I'm going to come back to you on that particular thing. Honorable, I have left you for the last for a reason, for obvious reasons. And I'm sure you know that reason. You are the honorable, you are the politician. So, I'm going to put you on the spot. What is going on?
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I understand that everybody, you all tend to, okay, I don't want to talk to this guy. It seems to be one of our problems.
I didn't say that.
Well, not even you. I was like that too. I always have reservations about politicians, because I would always, believe that these are the people who are the roots of the problem in this country. Well, yes, pastor had said it, or doctor, okay, has said it. Yeah, we have a problem, just like every other country around the world. Yes, ours might be much more pronounced because of our nature as Africans. We do not know how to, make some kind of cosmetic on issues. Whichever way it is, we bring it out. We just wanted it sorted. See, but the issue is that, just like my brother Aidi Kabasa said, that when God was going to start, create this world, he created something out of something. There was nothing. You understand? There was a fallow, there was just water and the Spirit of God. There must be challenges. You are easily able to make something out of life where there are issues, where there are challenges. You understand? That is the mindset I have as a Nigerian that had it very tough growing up, like so many of us. I went to a college of technology in Osun State at SRK to start with. It was a place where whenever anything happens in Lagos, it takes us 3, 4, 5 days, in fact, sometimes a week, until somebody travels down to Lagos and come back and tell us, something has happened, like we don't get to know. So, you know what I did differently was to start a campus magazine in SRK then. Then from there, that was a leeway for me to move into doing something else, and gradually, I found myself growing, through the rank. Then I started thinking of going out of this country to get more knowledge. I would seriously advise you, not as a politician, but as a fellow Nigerian, and as somebody who has lived out of the shore of this country, that see, it is more practical, it's more practicable to make something out of Nigeria here than running to UK, US, Canada, you understand? Yes, you may not want to agree with me. I understand that things are bad, things may look this bad, you understand? But the moment you can think, you can look inward, you can begin to ask yourself, like my dear artist brother had said that, what is my personal purpose in life? You understand? Then you build on your personal purpose, then you begin to see even in the darkness. For me, I could have become one of many other people in SRK who went to the school there, College of Technology from there, I end up doing, but I decided that no, I'm not going to be conformed to this situation, you understand? I decided to build something out of it for myself. So for me, I would say that, yes, things are bad. It can only get better when you start making it better from your own corner. By doing something differently, by thinking out of the box, and by being a better you as well. And every one of us as Nigerians, we are quick to blame, we are quick to look at who to push the blames at. But the truth is that there's something that you also, that is within your capacity, wherever you are right now, that you can do better. And when you do it better, the Nigeria will become better gradually from your angle. Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel, I'll come to you. You made mention of the fact that you have to first find your purpose before you can even think of innovating or thriving. So can you tell us how it is or how it was that you were able to find your purpose? Did you understand your purpose at a very early age, or you had to struggle through? Because one of the questions I hear from youths like this is, how do you even find your purpose? I don't know how. So you want to tell us how you found yours, or how you can advise that you find it?
Okay, thank you so much. So now we are coming to how to find your purpose. I mentioned something at first, that to find your purpose, you have to look around your talent, because God gave everyone a talent. It might be one, it might be two, but the thing is that God did not create anyone empty. So it is when you find your talent and you start working on it. It's just like a Google map. A driver, wants to move from a particular location to another, and then you decide to input the location on the map. If you don't move, the cursor on the map won't move. So until you move, that's when you now start getting ideas of how you're supposed to live, like the things you're supposed to do to actually achieve certain things. So I'll leave that particular introduction, and I'll come to this. When you discover your talent, right, you also look out for what people really compliment you for. I'm not trying to say that what people try to hail you for. Genuine compliment. For me, people used to tell me that, oh, I love the fact that you got to know your talent, your purpose early. Not one person, not two people, not three, like more than 4 persons. They told me that, and I started reflecting that, okay, I think there's something to this. So I decided to reflect on the patterns in my life. I got to notice that, number one, okay, I won't say I was born an artist, but I got to discover that, yes, I could actually draw, I could actually create.
Sorry, multimedia, please, can you put up pictures of his work? Thank you.
I wanted to please start from...
Yeah, that was...
I don't, no,
No,
that's exactly-
this was how we
I don't know if you
started.
can see this. Am I permitted to stand up, please?
Yes,
honestly, I just, okay, looking at this, people might think, okay, since this I can draw for now, I can't really do this, like, it's not in me, it's not something I can really do
At this
to
point,
thrive.
were people complimenting you?
Definitely, that's why it is very important. Family member is very important, like, just, be in the right place. Because
Wow.
even when Mary was carrying like Jesus Christ, like, of course, when she was still pregnant, she had to move to go and meet her. What's the name of this lady? Elizabeth, thank you so much. She had to move, she had to change her environment. Environment is very important. Environment can actually squeeze you in a way that you won't even be able to discover your purpose. So being in the right place, and God will never make a mistake. He will give you the right family. You might be looking at it from the perspective that, my dad is like this, my dad is like that, my mom is... Look, God has already planned everything. He said, before I formed you, I knew you. I ordained you a prophet to nations. So God doesn't make any mistake. Any family you find yourself at all, there's a purpose why you're there. So that's how I got to discover my own purpose. Because from time to time, I get to, like, anytime people come around me, the thing I get to offer is to actually encourage them. And sometimes if they need my advice, I give it to them. And they're always giving positive feedback that, okay, I think this thing is helpful. And I'll actually try it out. And some of them tried it out and it's worked out for them. Why the remaining, I don't know, maybe they tried it out or they don't. But I focus on only the one that came back for a feedback. So, getting compliments of...
Okay, you need to start rounding up now. Sorry.
Okay, so getting compliments from people can actually...
Please, can you show
help
the
you.
recent work that he has?
I'll still come back to this.
No, not
before
this one, the drawing.
So, while practicing,
that.
while practicing, I advanced to this particular
Can you
stage.
see that?
Because, look, every talent God gives to you, he told us in his word that we should invest. Investment doesn't have to do with, just trying to look for money. First of all, work on your talents. Then others will be settled.
All right, sorry, Emmanuel, I have to cut you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sir, Doctor, I just want to also take, like I said, I would come back to you on mindset. You talk specifically on mindset, and I know that mindset is able to shift a lot of things. But I want to throw a little bit of light on it. And I want you to also, there was something you said that wherever you are, your mindset must change. I mean, looking around us in this country, a lot seem not to be in place. How do you put together a mindset that is able to help you navigate through, the challenges? Very quickly, maybe in 2 minutes.
Okay, so I started talking about it. The most important thing is that think different. The Bible said Caleb had a different spirit. He said he believed wholly. He himself said, I believe wholly in the Lord. So to have a different mindset is not something that is really easy. So you are in this kind of environment where it's not that easy. But if you learn to think differently, you begin to see your purpose that they say. Now, what is your purpose? The question I'm going to ask you, what makes you happy?
What makes you happy?
What makes you happy? What do you like doing? Just continue to do it, because sometimes we use riches as a yardstick to measure our fulfillment. So I'm seeing a lot of people dancing today, and I'm looking at them as successful people. And some of them might not even see themselves as successful because their yardstick is the American artist. But when you begin to appreciate what you have,
People, farmers in Osun State, were given agricultural loan up to 4.7 million naira. And after 6 months, not one of them was able to account for the money. And not one of them could say, okay, well, this is my farm, this is what I have been able to do. So I'm just trying to let you know that yes, government have such initiatives whereby they sponsor projects like this, like that. Then you might have been talking to an individual, and if a politician has said to you that he has 5 million naira to put on a project, it might just be, probably he came during election time, maybe he had come to campaign for you people.
No, sir.
And if he had not come during campaigns, you understand, maybe, I do not, I'm not going to speak for him anyway. But what I can advise is that we have different offices, at federal level, state level, and local government. I understand that, yes, there might be some lacuna, but then you might as well approach these offices. And the last time I was here, how many years ago was that? That was at Excellence Hotel. I made a promise that I can't even remember what we promised them, but nobody showed up. So at times too, people just, our young people are not, they don't show the drive at times too. So I'm saying this because I was here with Bimbo Amola, who was a former House of Reps member as at then, and a couple of other people. So we have situations like that too. What most of our young people want quick money. Most of us do not want to learn again. We just want to do one or two things, go online, get ring lights, get one thing, sit in front of it, do something and, get followers and money. So like, to answer your question, sir, there are so many options that you can explore, and we'll talk, we'll see what we can, what we can do through the office of the Speaker of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So thank you.
All right, thank you, sir.
Can I say something real quick? And my own question, I'm going to put it to gentlemen over here. So for me, I'm looking at the crowd and I'm seeing that there's a faith-based organization that can command this amount of crowd. And I believe there will be some community-based organization as well who can command a crowd such as this. If you do a program and you don't see people over there, are you thinking along partnering with community faith organizations or community-based organization who can get to these people to get them to congregate in this place and give them skills that can help them to succeed?
Yes, that's an amazing question. Thank you so much, Doctor, for that. Yes, it's doable. I can also tell you for free that should it be a community-based organization, you could have had maybe considerable number of people like this too. So I advise the church, our people, the convener of this program, to also begin to look at approaching the government to support our young people too. Because I have to be very honest with you. Yes, you have the right. You have the right, the church has the right to approach the government to support young persons too. Because politicians, we do it in our circle as politicians. And let me tell you, I have to be very honest with you, because I'm not a typical Nigerian politician, so to put it. See, what we do in politics is this. If you are a politician and you have your people here, at the end of the day, when you give them responsibilities and it is not carried out, you can hardly scold them. But as a faith-based organization, you are responsible for your people. Your people sees you as a role model. They respect you, and you wouldn't want to do that to them. So I think it's even much more practicable for us to have faith-based organizations like this approaching government. To be very honest with you, even with your phone right now, you can Google it. You will see so many government programs that support young persons, but we also need to exploit. That is why we need to do more of research than looking at TikTok videos too on phone. Thank you so much.
All right, sir.
All right, the last question, and please make it very, very brief.
Okay, so the average Nigerian is bitter towards the government. A lot of policies, increase in school fees and stuff. So you spoke about mindset. My question is this, so that it doesn't look as though we are blinded by rage and bitterness. There are over about 1,000 of us here. What are the opportunities that lies for us in this country? Probably we are not informed, which is why I'm asking this question, so that we can be informed about the opportunities that we have as young people in Nigeria, instead of thinking of japaing. Because people are still coming back. What are the opportunities that we can make use of, these specifics? Thank you, sir.
Okay. Praise the Lord. Are we ready for me? Okay, let me be very sincere with you. See, you are able to make something out of a situation. You can only make something out of a bad situation or a situation where there's challenges. You understand? Like a fallow land is where you can build. You cannot build on a house, on a ready-built building. So I advise you to also look inward, number one, to look at what is missing in your own community, in your own little area. The makeup lady didn't walk up to pastor to come and ask him, what am I going to do? You look at where I'm living in, she said, she thought about it, that probably she was living in Songo, she's living in Songo. And you know, in Songo, they do not have this kind of glamorous makeup thing there. She decided to take it to Songo. So you also, wherever you're staying, wherever you are, in your own little ways and wherever you are, look out for what you can do to better yourself, and you'll be better for it. Thank you so much.
Okay, we can't take any more questions, but Emmanuel has something to say. Please, one house.
Sorry, let's listen, please.
Sorry, we can't take any more questions. I see a lot of hands.
Okay, look, the honest truth is that we already know the state of this country, right? And we can't continue to depend on the government. And that's because if you discover your purpose, of course, you won't need it. You won't even need the government. So the thing is that I would just advise us, if we can take our time to look at, all of us are not actually used to the Bible here, but for those people that are kind of believers here, if you can take your time to look at the book of Mark, chapter 6, verses 35 to 44, you get to find out how you can actually earn much with what God has given unto you. And I'll just make a recap. The disciples were with Jesus Christ after Jesus Christ has finished teaching, and then the disciples made mention to Jesus Christ that, okay, we want to feed these 5,000, send these 5,000 people away, let them go and look for food, anywhere they can get food. Please, are you listening? Let them go and look for food, anywhere they can look for food. And then Jesus Christ told them that, why don't you get them the food? And we're like, for us to provide this food, we'll be spending, I want to convert it to this currency now, in dollars. We'll be spending up to $15,000. That's close to 18 to 20 million naira presently. And after that, Jesus Christ now told them that, no, the way he explained everything, that it doesn't have to really be like that. Okay, do you know what? Let me just show you this. He collected what they had. He asked them what they had. Number one, if God asks you for what you have, then I can assure you that God is taking you places with it. He asked them for what they had, and they said they had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, right? And God blessed that 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. I wish I have enough time to explain my experience regarding this area. I don't know. How many minutes do I have? Okay, I don't have any minutes. I would have loved to, but sincerely, this is just the point. Look, just discover what gifts God has given to you. Work on it. And be prayerful, just like my Mr. Eric Abasa said. Be prayerful. Get closer to God, because he's the only one that has the instructional manual on how you can succeed in life. That's what I'll just say.
So, okay, sorry, let me just, because you can see the reason they are as calm as these is because yes, because I'm here. That's the truth. And that's because they are genuinely dissatisfied. They are genuinely dissatisfied with what's happening. They asked a question which you answered to the best of your knowledge, but it was not the answer to their question. Now, I understand that your answer is to the best of your knowledge, but it doesn't answer their question. So the reason I'm standing here is basically to say that our guest speaker here may be working with the government, but he doesn't embody the government, right? He too is suffering part of the pain created by certain policies that he's involved in. Okay? So, hold on. Listen. Now, to answer the question of that young man, opportunities. I look around in this place and I see several people here who came to this program a couple of years back, either last year, years before, with nothing, no skill, no job, but today they are employers of labor. I see quite a handful of them here, including the head photographer in this place. Where is CJ? CJ, that's, yes. He acquired the skill of photography through Discovery for Youth, Heritage Youth Empowerment Center. And today, it is not only putting food on his table, he is a trainer, and he has been called to train people in photography in so many places, making a living and helping others to make a living. Several people in this hall today, if I ask them to come, you'll be shocked that this platform will be filled. So what am I saying? Forget about the government. Leverage on what is being provided for you here right now. We have certain skills that people will be empowered with or trained on after this conference, starting next week, Wednesday, 19th. Is it next week? Next week. Yeah, next week, Wednesday, 19th to 30th or so. Okay. Yes, that's it. 19th to 2nd of July. Photography is one of them. Makeup artistry, UI, UX, bridal hairstyling, soap making, music, chops and grills, event planning. One of the best chop and grills person in this state here today learned from Discovery for You. Yes. Yes, you know, so if any of these falls within something you think that you want to learn, it is free of charge. And it's just that, you know, it's just that we cannot, I'm thinking right now of expanding the scope of the training. So if you can wait before the end of this meeting, this meeting should end in less than 45 minutes. I'm going to ask them to expand the scope and bring in other areas of skills to accommodate more people. So we have done it for thousands of people over the years. And so let me challenge you. This is what the government should do more of. And like you said, organizations like ours must be encouraged and supported, because we are actually doing what the government should be doing. We are taking people off the streets. We are empowering people. We are reducing the level of agitation. Because if, imagine this number of people unleashed. They are hungry and they are unrestrained, and they come to this platform. So please, you guys can do more, and we are looking forward to you guys doing far much more than what you're doing. Having been on this platform for the second time, you can attest to what we're doing. So if you can come up with more tangible way, it's not enough to say, find what one government agency and then explore what they can do. Take the responsibility. You are part of them. Call Ayokomi, tell him this is available. Go up with it. I'm going to back you up until we get the grant available there. By so doing, when you come next year, you can tell them we are supporting this program proudly, and then you will see how they will hear you. Am I correct?
All right, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Pastor. I just want to use this opportunity to talk to the youth in the crowd. And Pastor just said something. The Bible says, the battle is not for the strong, nor the race to the swift. So if the strong man is now winning the battle, or the guy that is fast is not winning the race. What is helping them? The Bible says time and chance. That's what the pastor called opportunity. Whatever you find yourself, wherever you see any opportunity, just continue to do it. Continue to train yourself. Get all the skills you can get. That is because I am so sure of it. One day, an opportunity is going to open unto you. And then you will exploit that opportunity. I know the government might not be here today, but I've had the opportunity to be a youth in this city. And we did not get what you guys are getting today. And because of that, I didn't even have to consult with my wife because I know our heart. We are pledging to stand by you. Reloom Foundation, we're going to start to support you guys heavily. Heavily, I say. Heavily. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please, I'd like to invite dear pastor to come take a group shot with those on the panel. Mama, please. Thank you, gentlemen. We were really blessed.